Hey, Scarefest fans, this is Joe Lewis with your weekly review this week. Weekly review this week is redundant. I've got a movie that's been streaming since 2018 on Netflix that I never bothered watching. The stars an actress I like quite a bit, Florence Pugh, who's in a wonderful horror film that you should watch instead of this called Midsommar. Actually, Midsommar to me is about a bad breakup, but it kind of technically falls under horror. So what is this movie about? Malevolent. It's called Malevolent. It's based on a book called Hush that I've never read, directed by a guy named Olaf de Fleur Johannesson. The movie centers on a team of scam artists, basically Florence Pugh and her brother. They run kind of a scam where they go into clear houses and it's all faked with their friend who does the video stuff and the brother's girlfriend, and they say they've got it clear and they go on. Now that's an old tripe. It's a cliched story. It's actually, if you like Tales from the Crypt, there is an episode of this that stars the late Morton Downey Jr. Google it. That's a little bit more fun than this movie, and it's only 20 some minutes, so check that out instead of watching this. They're scam artists, and apparently Florence Pugh's mother at one point had some sort of psychic ability, was doing the same thing in America. Now they've went back over to England and they're kind of doing the scam thing here. Her brother owes money and they have to go to this house. Florence doesn't want to go because she actually is seeing things. Shocker. And it's a house where these murders were committed. These little girls were murdered and she's afraid to go, but the lady promised that they'll pay double. And like I said, her brother, Florence Pugh's brother, owes money to the mob or somebody. He's always trying to get rich quick. He's a ne'er-do-well, as they say. And during an assignment at a country house in the middle of nowhere, the team get more than they bargained for, as the old saying goes, and they begin to lose grip on reality. It's not quite that. It is supernatural, but there's clearly a murderer happening. There's clearly misinformation. And the thing that kills me about this movie, and I can't recommend it. It's okay. It's only, what I like about it's only an hour and 20 some minutes. And if you have Netflix, there's some scenes in it I like. And some of the little girls that you see from the grave are kind of cool, especially where they sew their mouth shut. However, it's so unbelievable. And I know it's a horror film about dead little people, but it's not even that. Like, it doesn't make logical sense. Like, the woman's son who owns the country house is supposed to be the murderer, and then he kind of shows up, and is he dead? Is he not? And he's not. And how does he get out of it? Doesn't really explain a lot. It leaves a lot out, and there's huge gaps. There's huge holes in continuity. I just didn't care for it. It is pretty. It's not poorly made. It's, of course, well acted. I just, from the jump, I wanted a better, you can do this story, okay? There's 10,000 slasher films out there, and some of them are good. So you can do 10,000 versions of people get more than they bargained for when they go to the house because they're pretending they're ghost hunters and they're not really. But this one just doesn't work for me. It's Malevolent 2018. Once again, if you're a big Florence Pugh fan, I think she was in Black Widow. She's in a couple Marvel things. I like her very much. She's a very good actress. She's in the new Oppenheimer. She's a wonderful, wonderful actor. But she can't save this. This movie's just okay. I can't really recommend it. And I'm curious to see if anybody else seen it because it's 5 years old and I just missed it. Has anybody seen Malevolent from 2018 on the Netflix? Instead of this, go watch Midsommar with Florence Pugh. I recommend that one highly. Kind of skip Malevolent. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly. It's getting close to Scarefest.